All right. Welcome, everybody. This is the third round of the Boston Chess Congress. Match against Dale Paul Barkey. He's from New Hampshire, 70 years old. I kid you not, when he told me this after the game, I said, "Do you know Joe Ray by any chance?" He's like, "No, why?" I said, "You look a lot like him." So, Joe Ray, the exact same, 70-year-old from New Hampshire. They really did look exactly alike. Dale had a beautiful chess set. Well, no, he had a normal chess set, a beautiful chess clock, and took us a while to figure out how to work it. I said we could always use mine. I don't mind. He's like, no, we can get this to work. I said perfect. I liked it. It was a nice wooden one, like old school. Anyway, what can I say about him? He was very well. Okay, I learned this after the game, but I expected a 70-year-old man, old man chess, and he basically said all he does is tactics. He really loves tactics. So great. I should have. If only I had known that. Dale's rated 1633, and the gist is if I win, I'm in great position to win the tournament. Actually, in fact, this hasn't been updated yet, so this is not a spoiler. But we're both in the 10th through 17th spot. There I am. There be Dale. Excuse me. There's Dale. If Dale wins, he's on 2.5 points, and I'm on only 1.5. If I win, I'm on 2.5. If you look at, there's a few people still on perfect score. I guess it's only through 2 rounds. But the gist is, if I was to win, then I would play my round 4 game and not take a bye. But if I lose or draw, I kind of feel like I'm out of the running. You have to declare a half-point bye before round 3, and I didn't want to declare until after round 3. So this game will be the challenge to see whether you're going to get 4 games of the Boston Chess Congress, which means I won't make any money, or 5 rounds, which means I'll be competing for prize money. So that's a sneak peek because this hasn't been updated yet, so we don't know what's going to happen yet. The truth is, I really wanted to win. I had no idea anything about Dale other than we get to the board, he plays e4, and we're off. It was disappointing. I got back-to-back black. Now, it does mean that tomorrow, I don't want to say I'll get 1 white and 1 black, because then you'll know I'm playing 2 rounds, etc. But, if I only play 1, I guess I'm going to be playing white. Who knows? Nonetheless, what's in store for me? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Between games, there's a long period of time, because the day 2 people, 2-day people have to play, 2 games the time it takes to play 1. They only have a 60-minute time control for the first 2 games, but this is the round where everybody gets merged, basically. At this point, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. The cougher was still there, the guy that just wouldn't stop sneezing. It was really disgusting. We got moved to the main chess hall for this game, which is a relief. I was seated next to some people. They were friendly enough. This guy told me that in his previous game, this one, 13, he played again. I don't know who Pamela Jen is, but he said that he fixed his, they started the clock. He was white. He started fixing his pieces, and he moved a piece, or he accidentally before the game started. I guess he was black, and he said that the kid made him play the move on move 1. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I've never done that in my chess life. And he's 70 years old. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. I said, look, if you pick up any pieces on move 1 and move them around, I don't care what you move. I said, after move 1, I'm gonna have to say touch move is probably in effect. And he said, yeah, I'm just not that used to touch move and stuff. I said, no problem. But I did think that was kind of funny. Anyway, So I'm going to open some of my training tabs, some of my positions, and we're going to get this exact position where I do play c6. It's a key move. And actually, not this exact position. He plays a slightly worse version of it. But this is basically, we're going to transpose very quickly into a Philidor. Bringing him into my wheelhouse. Yeah, so why don't we just get the moves on the board. I've taken the analysis engine off. And, again, I win, I'm in great position to win the tournament. I lose, I can't win the tournament, and I won't be playing round 4. So let's see what happens. Standard moves, knight c3 is the better move here. I play knight b d7. No, I don't. I play e4 first, e5 first. He plays knight f3. He just gets all his pieces out. I mean, very, very typical. I'm not doing anything too wild. He's not doing anything too wild. I'm maintaining the tension, as is he. If I traded, this would be the exchange variation of the Philidor. This is the Ham Lion. This is where I'm aware of the bishop sacrifice, and I know that line very intimately. doubt anyone's ever going to play it against me, but if they do, I will be prepared. Yeah, and this is where he plays h3. So I move the first, like, 7 moves with based on the increment. You get 30-second delay. I moved to, obviously, everything in delay. So I have 80 minutes on his clock. His clock doesn't say, like, 1 hour 20. It just says 80 minutes, which is really cool. I really liked his chess clock, to be honest. And he tanks for 10 minutes in this position, and he plays h3. After the game, he told me, I said, yeah, this just seemed like a waiting move. He's like, yeah, I just didn't want you to, like, get your bishop there. I'm like, how am I going to get my bishop there? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I thought that maybe he was going to launch an early h3, g4. So I did, like, a momentary pause, and then I remembered, like, all my developing moves here from, like, the Philidor are pretty solid. Like, even against that, I pretty much want my bishop on e7. I probably want a castle. Like, everything... I didn't think that move changed anything. It just kind of passed the buck back to me. So I thought I was happy to see it, because I don't think it's a good move, actually. But, you know, who knows? It's the opening. I'm sure white is, like, slightly better. He plays bishop d3, and I knew as soon as he played this, A, he didn't know what he was doing, but also B, he's playing, like, the passive moves. Yes, he's adding another defender to e4, but he doesn't really need it. And this bishop really belongs on this diagonal. Like, this is where it's optimal, bishop c4. I told him that after the game. He's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, so far in this tournament, you know, I played, like, 2 12-year-olds or whatever and a 70-year-old. And, like, obviously, every person I played is just a nice person. It really is nice going over the games with them after the fact. I have yet to encounter, like, a salty McSalterfish, you know? Which is good, because, like, you don't want that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that the better move is here. I think that's the book move, obviously. He could take, and it's the exchange variation, or it would devolve into the exchange variation. Basically, if he takes, I would take back here. Yeah, you know, I guess you can get your queen out, things like that. I don't know, the pin's fine. Moving to g5, I probably would play h6 and bounce it. Bounce, bounce, baby. I don't know. All these are moves, I'm sure. But he plays bishop d3, and in this spot, I thought for a long time, because I knew it was an inaccurate move, and I wanted to like see if I could take advantage of it, because I figured, all right, if his bishop is on c4, it's not blocking his queen on defensive d4. So I wondered, for the record, I castle, because like in the Philidor systems, you're basically playing the bishop out here so you can castle, and like castling is always a good computer move. But I really thought long and hard and long, about taking here, because I thought in this position, and getting my knight to e5 like this, I just thought this was already comfortable, with the idea, of course, of c6, and if I can trade these off, then I'm in good shape. And, like, I don't know, maybe I should have gone into this. This is kind of what I calculated, what I looked at. I thought, like, positionally, like, this is pretty nice. Obviously, if we get something like this, I don't know. I have the bishop pair now. This pawn is like a target. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at a line like that. But I just decided castle anyway. And yeah, and he kind of gets a little bit backed up on himself. He plays bishop e5. Does he? Move 7? No. Bishop c3. Okay. No, he just... what? Oh, what is my writing? Oh, my writing is not the greatest. It's sometimes illegible. B3. B-E3, maybe? Yeah, okay, bishop e3. There we go. A lot of my E's look like C's, I'm not going to lie. And as soon as he played this, I realized, remember how I was saying the line here, I was thinking about taking? But now, with bishop e3, taking is bad because his bishop becomes very active. And I don't have an easy way of ejecting it, maybe there and bouncing it back, but then I got this weakness on d6. So I realized I lost my opportunity to exchange the pawns. And I don't know if that's like a big deal, but I do realize I made like a bit of an error there. Anyway, you know, just kind of pointing it out. I know in all these positions, c6 is good. You basically want to put the clamps on both d5 and b5. I thought if taking doesn't work, then I should play this move. I obviously can't develop my bishop yet either. So I just play c6. I thought this was like natural flow. My idea, of course, is to go b5. I wasn't sure where this bishop belonged, but I figured I would, like, you know, cook by the book somewhere else. He plays queen e2, and as he said, he told me that he basically was thinking about opening the position with trades where he wanted this rook here. The whole time I was expecting him to queenside castle. So there I'm already thinking about jumping forward on the queen side. But he's going to end up just playing the rook over, and I think that was a better move than queenside castle, by the way. Just sneak peek. But But when he played this, I thought that meant he was going to queenside castle, for the record. That's what it signified to me. Because of that, I decided to go along with my plan. I want to take space. I thought I shouldn't be passive. I thought I should be aggressive. In all these positions, there are some tactics with, like, b4 at the right time to eject the knight. And I thought as well, just kind of like natural space, just kind of expanding and attacking. What could be worse? I also figured I needed to open up a square for my bishop. I needed to, it's the last piece I needed to develop. So I thought b5 made a lot of sense. This is kind of a natural move, if you will. Excuse me, b4, not b5. No, b5. Did I write down b5? No, I did write down b5. Okay, great. And he's slightly surprised me by playing rook d1. Again, I thought I had him on this, and then I thought I'd play a5, and I would just come crashing in and like just full on attack. Attack the old man. But I think this was better, and he played this again because now he's actually threatening to like open it up. The whole time I'm calculating like actually some d5 ideas because this pawn is weak in all those lines. If he pushes d5, I can't actually play c5 because then I lose this wide pipo, if you will. And I actually thought that d5 was always like a pretty good move for him. However, I still need to. I don't think I can stop it. I just want to get my pieces in the game. So after he plays rook d1, I play queen c7 first. I wanted to, because if he opened up the position, I wanted to get my queen off of the rook. I thought I needed maybe more support for c7, and I have ideas now of being able to protect the long diag, if you will. Yeah, maybe set up like a c5. Again, if I can get that, if I can land a6 or b4 first, like a sample line. Not now with my queen here, but I was always calculating like this. I thought that he'd go back or to the side, either one. But then kind of clamping here. And now something like d5 never works, because if I can land c5, that's like the optimal setup where I'm basically going to just expand here, and I have a lot of play. The only weakness in the position is this light square bishop isn't really an all-star. Anyway, but I thought I should go queen c7 first. He castles. He kind of like shrugged. I really thought that like a g4, g5 might be strong. Like maybe it is, maybe it's not. I really don't know. But I was a little bit worried about it, if you will. I just played bishop b7. I think it was pretty simple. Last piece that hasn't been developed, get in the game. I didn't quite see any tactics. I always was calculating on my turn, b4 ideas. At this point, I've started to use a little bit more time because we're out of preparation. I had a constant time advantage on him, and he was kind of on the slower side. But this move gets past time control, past move 40. But down to time control, he got down to 3 minutes, actually, before move 40. I remember that because I was starting to blitz him a little bit, and I still had like 20 minutes. But we said after the game, he felt a little bit pressured by the clock, and I thought that he was a little pressured by the clock, but I don't think it was a big factor in this game. It was non-zero, but it was pretty marginal. Anyway, after castles, bishop b7, he plays knight d2, and this is where like he actually spent 20 plus minutes in this move, and the reason why is it's a complicated position. There's tension everywhere. He said he was calculating d5. He was calculating takes e. He said he basically calculated every possible move in the spot because he just was really confused about what he should do. And he eventually played knight d2, which I took to mean that he had ideas of playing f4. Like I thought he was going to try to split open the position that way, to be honest. That's the only thing I thought of. Okay, so like that's like my main concern is it good? Do I need to stop it? How about my own juice? And I kind of took stock here, and I thought, you know what? I'm faster. And on his time, I calculated what I thought was a clever idea. What it was as follows. And this is more or less what happens, but I'll just show you my calculations. So I calculated b4, attacking the knight. I thought it was better on b1. Originally, he said he was going to put it there, but as soon as he moved his other knight to d2, he ends up going wide. But anyway, so b4, knight a4. And my whole idea is basically removing this defender so that I can gang up on this pawn, possibly, which is part of the reason why he played knight d2, I think. But then I thought takes in that position. When he takes back with the bishop, then I play c5 with tempo. He can't retreat to c3 because this pawn's taking it away, meaning he has to go back to e3. I'd have this very strong pawn chain, kind of a silly knight, and I did calculate all this at the end of it. I thought I could basically move my bishop to c6. I'm attacking the knight. He has to play b3. This is all forcing. And I can either trade and takes, or the move I was considering is moving my queen to b7, thereby putting 3 attackers and attacking the pawn. So I calculated all that. I was thinking to myself, is there something better? And I didn't see it. I thought that I needed to be the one to make a move, to like go for it, because if I let him get f4 in first, then I'm the one on the back foot. And I thought I didn't have to be. So I played it. I played b4, and I thought all this was pretty forcing. He did surprise me a little bit. Again, I thought that maybe it's not. I thought that knight b1 was better with the idea of a3, and then if takes, and then if I don't take for whatever reason, he can just take and then just redevelop. I thought that's what was going to happen, and I thought I was going to get an active open line on the b file, basically. That was were my calculations. Anyway, I play b4. He slightly surprises me with knight a5. I now play e takes. He then takes back to the bishop. By the way, I thought I got a very nice position for the record. c5. He goes back to bishop e3, only move, and then I played bishop c6. I thought this was a key move. He has like no jumps for his knight. So he plays a b3. And this is where I was torn. So we got to this position. This is where I thought for a long time. And the truth is, I think I made a mistake. His knight is so bad here, it has like no jumps. I shouldn't have traded. My calculation here was as follows, all right? First off, the two candidate moves I had were queen b7 and bishop takes on a4. So this is what I did. I played bishop takes, but the calculation I made here was bishop queen to b7, and then I wasn't sure really where his bishop was going to go. Like he kind of has to do that so he can support this pawn, or he just pushes the pawn like f3. All right, and I thought if we got to this position, my queen was a little bit more out of play on b7 than it would have been on c7. I no longer can win this pawn. And I didn't think this long diagonal, I didn't really believe in my ability to get there. So I thought that this actually improved his position, even though it looks like a lot of weaknesses for him. But I thought that I was kind of like staring at blanks here, like if we got to this position. So I then said maybe this idea of queen b7 isn't that good. So I take with the idea here, and at first I'm calculating, oh, I can play queen to a5. Like I thought I could just win a pawn here. Queen to a5. If he tries to block, I have this funny move, a6, and I thought I'm ejecting him. However, I then saw there was a line where if he lets me take, and he basically gets his knight to c4, that I might have been self-trapping my queen. Like, again, locking me in the box there, and then that takes away those 2 squares if I push a6. He then said that he thought that I could always just backpedal back to, like, c7, but I arrived at this position after taking, and I kind of did that, and like I wonder if this was either a really good move or a really bad move, where my first thought, again, was just going after the pawn right away with queen a5, but I thought I can always do that later. It's a permanent weakness on his part. Maybe I can get my other pieces more active and better first, and then go after and win the pawn, and just basically play up a pawn. And like, I don't know if that was correct. I don't know. So my first candidate move was queen a5. I then decide, no, my best move is actually rook f to d8. The reason why is I kind of want to over-support the d-pawn. It's the base of my pawn chain. I also want to open up in a lot of the setups. I want to reroute my bishop to f8. Maybe, again, like finchettoing it the long way. And I thought that my rook was more active on the d-file. I thought I needed to leave the a-file rook. This ended up being a big mistake, by the way. But I thought I needed to leave the rook here so that I have the idea of playing the queen here, and if he takes this like massive outpost, I needed to be able to disenfranchise him with a6, and I need my rook behind it to do that. Otherwise, again, with the queen battering, he would just actually win the pawn. So that was kind of my calculation, or at least so I thought, like what the improving move was. He wastes no time after rook f. Did I not put it on the board? I didn't? Okay. Rook f d8. He wastes very little time in this spot. He plays knight c4. And I didn't know if this was any good. Like, he played this and he got up to go use the bathroom, and I already have a time advantage. And I thought I did so many of these calculations. Like, now I know I can't jump my queen in. But then I wondered, all right, is it correct to like, trade off these knights? And, like, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I'm letting him play with the bishop pair against me. maybe I'm supposed to just drop the bishop, because he's not really threatening anything with this move. He's just preventing my queen from moving into a5. Positionally, I'm not sure, because what I end up doing is I play knight b6. Obviously, if he ignores, I will win the pawn. More importantly, I'm looking to jump to c3 for this fork. But he wastes little time after I play knight b6, and yeah, he takes. So, which is like, I think, pretty solid. I think that's correct. And I spent a while thinking about the captures. My first thought was, okay, pawn takes is really good, right? Because I kind of like have strong pawns, like I can just like start pushing them. But then I realized that actually I have to go queen takes, because in the line where I go pawn takes, he can then actually land bishop e5, and all of a sudden his pawns are weak, but not really, because he has this amazing outpost. I don't have a light square bishop. It's really, really, really challenging to dislodge that. And I thought in this position that I was actually worse here. But yeah, that's my prediction. I thought I was worse if I gave him this. Whereas here, when I take with the queen, I still have the same plan, the same idea of queen a5 and then a6 to dislodge that bishop. So I thought it was very important that I left my a pawn here, for the record. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but that was at least my thought process. He plays bishop to g5, and hold on one second. This dude won't stop shrieking. He won't stop shrieking. His arms are creeping. Her arms are... Yeah, I don't know if, like, I thought I couldn't ignore this. Because I wondered if, like, e5 ideas were strong, and I was, like, kind of worried, to be honest. And unfortunately, I have nothing guarding this bishop, so I can't actually, like, so easily move it. So the moves I calculated in the spot, h6 was one move. I was calculating this very creative-looking knight d5, and I was also calculating ignore it and just go with my plan of queen a5. So let's go through the calculations real quick, sort of what I spent my time doing. I figured that this looked like a creative move, right? Like, oh no, I'm sacrificing my knight. But the idea is if he takes, I take, and I thought that he could, maybe do this, but I thought that, again, I was playing like g6. I don't really see what he has here. My idea, again, is to reroute my bishop, take the long diagonal, and then still go after this pawn. I thought that was very solid. I calculated queen a5, and I got worried, like, they're such little idiots. Like, I wondered if this was strong. I figured I had to take. And if he's crashing down on me, I actually am kind of worried, to be honest. I don't know, maybe, like, this move is fine? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have been as scared, and I could have gone off the pawn. I don't know. Instead, we got h6, and for whatever reason, and like this is so bad on my part, so bad. I thought for some reason, I thought that he had to take, because I just didn't. I don't know why. I just thought I'd be able to chase him. For whatever reason, like I just like ran into a bedpost. I thought he would take, and then I would take, and that would be really good for me, because I could basically land a bishop, most likely on c3, or possibly on d4, again, shutting down this file, and I thought I would just be, like, much better. But, of course, he doesn't do that. He backtracks to h4, and I'm, like, kicking myself, because I realize that I'm weakening my position, and it's so unnecessary. Like, I definitely, like, mind-bulleted here, And this is where my longest think of the game occurred. I calculated g5, wondering if that's good. I still calculate this, but now this is way less good, by the way. And I calculate ignoring it. Like, again, all these, like, the same ideas. Those are the three main things going through my mind. So, again, with d5, I thought this was way worse. So, by the way, the d5, hold on, I covered e takes. If, covered e takes, what I would take. Also, if he takes here, I would just simply move back here. Like, that was what covered it here, and I thought that this was good. I thought maybe e5 was scary, but I thought I would just play d5, and I'm shoring up everything. And again, like, this position seems like really comfortable for me. I probably should have done this. It was one of the calculations I made. In this position, though, when I play... I play this, and then he plays here. So this calculation, this I thought was no longer as good for one easy peasy reason. And it's I thought if he takes here, I take here. Uh-oh. He's now threatening coming in and attacking the bishop. I thought I had to play back here. He would check. I'd move here. And yes, everything is covered. He doesn't have this check because I can actually run. But then I thought he could just simply literally go like DE1. I would have to play like G6. He wins a pawn. I attack him and he just backs up or something like this. And I wonder if this is still okay for black because this pawn doesn't matter that much and I have like these strong diagonals. It is bishops of opposite. But I got very scared. I realized that my chance to do that was kind of lost, if you will. And for the record, of course, the other line is, I don't think he would do this, but if he just takes here, same thing applies as before. But I just didn't think this was as strong. I think he would take the other way. So in here I calculated, again, I really have no idea what he's crying about. And here I thought that like I couldn't really go after this pawn. Like I just didn't have the time. I really thought e5 was coming, and I thought I had to be afraid of that. Again, takes, same deal. He's now attacking the bishop. He's attacking the knight. I thought, maybe I can still do this. I don't know. Is this any good for me? Not really, right? He's way more active than me. I don't know. All this stuff, again, all the tactics got me very concerned. So I thought I had to play G5, and I did. He moved here because I thought I was defending this. I have 3 defenders, and I, again, thought I could reroute. However, I was very afraid of f4. I thought if he starts ripping me open, putting the pressure on my knight here, I'm worse. And I all of a sudden, I thought that I kind of was throwing this game. And I think I kind of am. I played bishop f8. I thought that was the best move in the position. Again, the idea is to reroute. It's very, very simple and solid. And as soon as he does that, as soon as I do this, he immediately plays King h1, which was a good idea, by the way. This is why this was why f4 wasn't that scary. I did calculate this for the record. Is because if he plays for whatever reason like let's say he does something random, okay? Like he wouldn't do this. No wait, sorry. Let's say he played f4 here, and I was calculating this. I always have this check, and it seems like it works where he can just deflect with his bishop, but it doesn't. And I did calculate this because I would take, he would take, and then I would take, and I would just win the game on the spot here. So that's why he played King h1. So I did see that tactic. I did think that I always had this c4 looming to open up. Yeah, so he moves the king, so now he really is threatening f4. I thought that was a very good move. And this is where I think I make a blunder, maybe? I don't know. I think I make an inaccuracy. I got worried about moving my bishop because I thought I needed to actually... I saw some... Oh, right. This is why. Because I saw another tactic. This game was like really tactical. It's funny. We got the kind of game he wanted, not the game that I wanted. That's for sure. For the record, I play rook e8. The reason why is I thought I had some tactics. I actually don't. If I take... he takes, it looks like I have either d5 or f5, winning the queen, but it's not the case. If I don't play this, this opens up the check for him to avoid kind of the pin. And same deal if this pawn is moved. And I can't even block, he can just take. So I saw that none of this worked. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. But I played here, and he actually moves the queen to f3. But let's say he does something random again. I was calculating like takes, thinking I have these coming with force. But again, they don't work. They just don't work. Because it looks like takes, oh baby. Again, either one. First off, here he could just take with the rook, so that doesn't work. And then here, he has this in-between check. And so I saw that, and I realized that my move was like a mistake. When I played the e8, I also thought that this was stopping e5, because now I thought, oh, this is no problem. Now I can just go d takes. Like simple as. If he takes, boom, I get to just gang up on it with like these ideas. Or so I thought. Again, like that was the tactical ideas as far as like, you know, playing around it. However, he dodges everything by just going queen to f3. And now I saw a bigger concern where if he pushes, now he's opening up on my rook and like this geometry. And I realized in this position, so he plays, so move 23, he plays queen f3. I was stumped. I played king g7. And I didn't think that this worked anymore for the same reason, that basically as soon as he pushes, takes, and it looks like I can win this, but then he wins the game, basically, you know. Or either way, you know, it doesn't really matter. And, you know, he's just up in exchange here. So I thought that, as far as like what ended up happening, I thought I needed to protect my, I mean, right now, there's no defender of my knight. I didn't think I could move my knight. Obviously, I can't move it here. He just kills it. I can't move it here. He just kills it. I can't just take the pawn. I can't go there. Nothing is hanging underneath it. I probably should have played knight d7. This is what I needed to play, to be honest. I don't know why I didn't. I needed to play this a lot. I needed to get my I needed to get bishop onto g7. I need to move my knight onto e5, and then I think I'm better. But for whatever reason, I couldn't find the move. And instead, I play king g7, thinking that this is holding everything together. And it was just like a bad miscalculation, I guess. You know, e5 now comes barreling down. And I realize I'm in so much trouble because when I take and he takes, which is exactly what happens, I can't take this because he's going to take my my bishop, my rook, excuse me. My bishop is so bad, and I've kind of self-boxed myself in. So I think I'm just losing here. Yeah, so I try to break and like I probably make a misplay here. I try to break, I don't know what it's called. When like it's under attack and you're breaking it, so it frees me up to attack this. And I play rook a c8, which is maybe a mistake. I thought I had an idea of playing c4, so now he can't just take it. But the problem is this runs into like the same, like he plays maybe a very good move here, maybe. He plays queen f5. Actually, it's definitely a great move. And again, now I still can't take because he's lasering down, and he's threatening checkmate because I can't stop it because I'm pinned. And this is where I thought that I was very screwed. So I sacrificed the exchange because, well, I mean, the other line I did calculate. I thought maybe, and I can't even play this because then he just checkmates me like that. So the only other move I thought maybe I'd have would be this. He would come in, I would play here, he would take a check, I'd play here, he would go here. And I thought in this position, I'm just down 2 kingside pawns, with like the bishops just like bearing down. I didn't think I could hold this, whereas I believe down in exchange that I would have my chances. So let's see if I can make the magic happen. By the way, I did make some magic happen. So my first big decision is which piece do I get involved. Obviously, my rook can eject the queen or my bishop can eject the queen. I need to get active. I know I need this bishop to actually fucking do something. If I can get it as like a very strong outpost on d4 or so, then I'm in great position. Yeah, but and I was a little bit worried about putting the rook on e8 and just letting him trade rooks so easily. So I went with the active bishop plan. I thought that this was better, bishop d6. He moves his queen back to f5, but now because my knight is no longer pinned, I'm stopping all the checkmates. So I thought that was, very important. So I'm feeling okay. Then I thought, all right, my next big trick, I need to activate my rook. It's under attack. If I play it to e8 now, I figured he would just trade probably, and we just trade the rooks. I think I made a mistake because I thought one of the few threats I have is something like this, like that battery. But I play rook c7 anyway, and my thinking here is I thought maybe I needed a defender on f7 because his idea is to swing the bishop and, again, somehow maybe try to wiggle on in. Again, if he ever lands on down, something like that. I don't know, maybe this was inaccurate, rook c7. He plays bishop c4, which is where it wants to live. He can link up, he can make it be a super pawn where it's glued in, lasering f7. I've got big problems kind of ejecting it. I kind of need to keep my knight on f6 because otherwise, coming down. Which is another reason why I had the rook here because I thought it was kind of useful. I play rook e7. I figured he probably was going to play one of these, but if he doesn't, for whatever reason, I was going to play rook e5. I'm trying to get the queen out of my face, basically. Yeah, that was the idea of rook e7. He plays rook f to e1. And then after a long thought, I spend a long time looking for tricks. I realize I can let him trade if I take over the file. Now what happened, so I play queen c7, thinking that if he trades, now I dominate the file, now maybe I'm the one with some tricks. And I do have tricks here, by the way. Tricks are for kids. I think in this position, he shouldn't trade. I think he should just march his king over, and then he can own the e file. Instead, kind of holding to the maxim that when you're up material, just start trading everything. He starts trading everything. By the way, I really thought because his pawn structure is kind of bad, that maybe I'd have some chances and I can hold this. So I take on e7, yeah, it's like, what is your next move? Now he starts moving the king in. He wants to get it to f1 so he can play rook e1. I'm not exactly sure if I can stop that, but then I find a very clever trick. Again, I want to get my bishop on one of these squares, either lasering down or putting pressure on the f-file. I play bishop e5. It looks like, but I always have this tactic, check on h2, and then, boop, I'd be right back into the game. In fact, maybe even winning, as I would win the exchange back. He doesn't fall for it. He just marches king f1. But I say to myself, that's actually okay. I think I made a slight error here. I was really torn between bishop d4 or bishop b3. I wasn't sure if I needed my bishop to defend the c5 pawn, and if like the f2 is kind of more of a mating threat, because on c3 I'm taking away e1. Maybe long term, like if he ever moves the rook, I actually can checkmate him. And I actually think that maybe this was an inaccuracy. Like I think maybe if I actually landed on c3, I'm actually maybe completely equal. Maybe. Instead I go bishop d4. I'm just really not sure what's best. He plays h4. And I thought for a while. Now again, it's not like I have all the time in the world. I'm down to like 20 minutes before time control. Again, he's at like 7. So I'm playing kind of quickly, but still thinking a little bit because I don't want to. And I think to myself, what is he threatening here? Like, I don't know. I asked him, I said, like, was he threatening h5? And then I thought to myself, wait, isn't this just a free pawn? Like, if I take it, he can't really take back? That's covered. That's covered. I don't know. I thought to myself, maybe this is a free pawn. Like, it really makes my pawn screwy, but I just took the pawn. Thinking that maybe I'd have some backwards knight moves. And a few positions ago over here, I was calculating some... over here. I was calculating some funky... it doesn't work here, but knight moves, where if I ever can get him to move his pawn, rather than obviously it looks like I'm threatening this fork, but what I really was threatening was knight g3, check, and then winning his queen. I would win the game. So I had a lot of tricks like that. So I was constantly looking for those kind of knight forks. And I thought if I took and he dislodged, then I could self-pin with the same idea where I have the knight check on d2 and possibly either winning the bishop, or if he misplaces his queen, winning the queen. So I thought that was like the best thing that I could do in this position. And once I take on g4, he plays queen f4. He's trying to just, I guess, gobble it in, I suppose. And I had a really big problem on my hand, decision, like what to do here. And I thought I saw a line that was good for me, but I was weighing between queen e4, which is what I played. I thought queen d7 was maybe okay. And what else? And I was considering knight to e4. So let me walk through the variations here. Oh no, I wasn't considering knight e4 because once he plays the queen here, the check on d2 doesn't work anymore because he can just backwards gobble it with a queen. So that's why I thought this move accomplished, is he's basically taking out all my my knight forks. I didn't like queen d7. First off, I thought he could literally just attack it again, kind of lock everything up. But alternatively as well, is he can just ignore it. Like he can say, all right, go ahead, have fun. Same deal over here, and I still have a wide open king. Like I'm in trouble here. Although maybe it's holdable. I mean, he can never dislodge me because I have this pawn. I don't know. Anyway, I went queen e4 because the line I thought I saw, he of course trades, was take. And I thought that he'd have to dislodge me. I thought, anyway. And, yeah, knight takes c4. He plays bishop b3, so now he goes back. The reason why is I thought that I'm not threatening this check. Maybe I'm threatening this pawn. I should take with the bishop. I made a mistake, because I even saw this as well. The thing is, if I take with the knight, he can then sacrifice the rook for the bishop. I take here, and then that removes the defender. He actually wins back. So it'd be a rook and a pawn for the two pieces, but my pawns are so Swiss cheesy, he'd have the light square bishop. He just would gobble them up pretty easily, which may or may not happen. I mean, we'll have to find out. But I thought in this position, I would have this move, going knight to c3, obviously backwards attacking the rook, kind of forking it, but really just winning a free pawn on a4. And I thought if I win that pawn and I can then get a5, a4, I actually could, again, I would just be drawing this game. So he plays bishop b3, which I think is a good move. And I blunder here. He has like 2 minutes till time control. It's move 37. And I do, in fact, take with the knight. I needed to... He said that this move didn't work. I forget why. Oh, yeah, he said that if I did that, he would just come on down here. Because if I move back, he basically like wins this. I move up, and then he wins the other pawn. And I guess with these outside, like just free passers, that I'm just lost here. I have some checks, but they don't really do much. I don't know. So he actually said that I just couldn't take the pawn, and maybe he's right. But I took here, and of course we get this position. I do play out till time control, but yeah, I'm just lost here. I play f5, thinking I want to get all my pawns on dark squares, but he's just a little bit faster to the middle of the board than me. Play king f6. He plays king f4. He's preventing me from moving in. I have no moves now. And, yeah, I move king to g6. It doesn't matter at this point. He moves his bishop here. Obviously, he's threatening to win with check. And I throw one final trick at him. I play b3 with the idea that if he takes here, I actually can win the game, maybe. Basically, if he takes, I push. He moves his king. I move up to take position. He takes that. I move here, and maybe maybe it's still lost. I thought maybe I could maybe even go for this pawn, and then queen that way. Anyway, it was my one trick. He doesn't fall for it. He just takes back, and I resign the game. And so I lose. So because of that, I'm taking a 0-point bye in round 4 because I'm not playing for prizes anymore. I'm disappointed to have lost here. I think I was doing very well until I wasn't. So let's turn on the machine because I'm really eager to see, because this game is a very complicated tactical game. 70-year-old just busting some moves, just busting the moves on down. Move it up. Yeah, I don't know. I had like a brain fart in the middle. Like the computer won't lie. They'll say when when the mistake was made. When the mistake was made, I'll know. Yeah. So I'm and this was h3. I mean, I don't think it's a bad move. In fact, it's still a book move. Huh? I didn't know that. I didn't know h3 at all. Oh, it's actually the best move in the position. Wow. Wow, wee wow. It is the best move. Good for, you know what? Good for Dale. He was a nice guy. I mean, look, again, everyone's nice, but, we chatted for a bit. We went to a side room. He gave me, and by the way, this is what I mean. Talking with kids, their thought process can be educational, can be good. Sometimes it's hit or miss with them. When you talk to older people, every move, he told me what he was thinking. I told him what I was thinking. And, we learned a lot from the game review with each other. I'll say that. It was really quality. He told me that tactic of the bishop, he says of the knight going back to reinforce the bishop, has a name. I'm blanking on the name, but he was telling me that he was reading about it in a book and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, this is all. So apparently this is book. Bishop e7 not book. Did I break the first? No. Okay. Whew. So this is book moves, and yeah. So bishop c4 is what I'm familiar with, which is I thought best move. But apparently bishop e3, which looks passive as hell, is still good. But bishop d3 is not as good. Still okay. And white retains a bit of a lead. So they want me to play a5. I castle. Yeah, castling is the best move. All right, so I'm still playing the best moves now. So, all right, so I castle. Now bishop e3, which is what he played, is the second best move. I'm surprised. It just looks so passive, but it's good according to the computer. Castling is a little bit better for him, but it's a good move. I don't know. When I was playing, I mean, I didn't think I was better here, mind you. I mean, we're just out of we're just finishing the opening, like the book moves. But I'm saying when I landed the when I had like the b5 b4 plan, I thought I was better. So I'm really curious what the computer says, because I was working hard. All right, c takes is good. C6 is a good move here, but they all these moves are reasonable. It's just a complicated position. They even think taking is here. I just didn't think taking was good because I thought bishop takes here. Yeah, I mean it's not like it's anything special, but bishop takes, and I thought his position's like open. His pieces are more pointed to my king, and I'm still a little bit backed up because I haven't developed yet. I'm surprised it's only plus 0.3 here, to be honest, because I feel a little bit uncomfortable as black from this position. A little bit, not much. All right, he plays queen e2, and this is the first. It's still just a good move, but okay. So the computer says now I've reached parity. 8 moves in. I feel pretty good. They like my b5 idea. They also still like trading, but b5 is just as good. So I'm happy with my idea. I'm happy with my plan. Now they just give me a good. I hate when the computer does this. Computer says that he should break first. He should just neutralize the center. Again, if he takes, d takes e5. I was going to go pawn takes. Yeah, that's the best move. And we were going to just get this position. A lot of clarity here. They're saying he needs to play a4. He needs to basically go on the wings. Castling is fine too. I believe it. Instead, he plays... Oops, that's my move. Instead, he plays rook d1, which I still thought was a good move. But it's an inaccuracy, so I have a clear advantage at this point. I'm kind of curious about queenside castling, because I thought queenside castling would be bad. Okay, I'm right. I wanted him to queenside castle into like my madness because I just thought it was much faster on the attack, and yeah, the computer's like, yeah, that's terrible for black. Not a surprise he doesn't do it. All right, so he plays rook d1. They like my queen c7 a lot. It's the best move, in fact. Cool, best move. It made sense to me. Out of curiosity, what about the queen a5? Because that was the other move I really... Did I mention that in this recap? Queen a5 was the other move I was heavily calculating this spot. Queen a5, I can't make queen a5. I wasn't sure if he would go bishop d2 or just castle from it. But here, I'll show you what I show you what I calculated. I calculated either here, and if he played bishop d2, I thought here I have b4, and then takes. And then, yeah, bishop here, and I thought I could take this pawn. Computer says I can't. No, I can. a2. This is what I calculated. I thought I wasn't getting stuck here. Yeah, this is what I saw, and I thought this was good for black. Yeah, I calculated out this far, knowing that this is supported. I did wonder if he had takes, because I can't take, because then it opens up. So I'm just kind of curious. If he takes here... Oh, his bishop is under attack. Okay, never mind. Well, this is as far as I calculated, so All right, well, I didn't go into that. I also wondered if I went here instead of that, if he just castles, what about now? Can I go b4? I still can go. I still have the play of b4. Again, I always thought he was going to go to b1. When he played to a4, I was a little bit surprised. Yeah, they say I can take the pawn, but it's nothing special. This was the other move I really spent a long time calculating, but it looks like it's very, very mediocre. I was a little bit worried about my queen all the way here, not going to lie, but this is the other move I calculated here, and I thought this was reasonable. But it looks like this is very, very balanced, very, very equal. Instead, he castles at this position. I maintain a modicum of advantage, so I feel like I was playing pretty well up to this point. I thought bishop b7 was accurate. They like a6, supporting the pawn is pretty good too. And always clarifying the position is always decent. Rook e8, they like lining up on the queen. All good candidate moves. I was considering basically... I didn't like takes yet, because I didn't like bishop takes back. I didn't think a6 necessarily should be played, because I just thought I could, in one fell swoop, go b4, a5. So kind of like, beat it to the spot, Yeah, so that's at least what I was thinking. All right. Nonetheless, I play bishop e7. It looks like this is still a good move, or it's good enough. I mean, the game is very equal here. Yeah, Dale. I mean, Dale played well, right? I feel like I played well until I didn't. You know, it's like the name of the game. Um, I mean, they really just prefer E takes. I didn't want to do it yet. I just didn't think it was good yet. His only move to balance it back is D takes. Like, he needed to do it. Instead, he tanked for so long, and he plays knight D2, and this is just a weakening move. And I have like an advantage now. You know, it's minus points. Like, I'm in 11 moves in. I really was liking how I was playing. They like takes first rather than B4. For some reason, I thought that this was more accurate to go B4 first, but my plan is basically as good, and I just let it rip. So okay, where the hell did I go wrong, guys? Because I feel like I was playing very well up to this point. What's crazy? I calculated out D takes. Oops. Takes. Takes. I thought that was still good for me, but what does he do? He goes knight a4. It is actually better than dropping it at this point. He plays knight a4 from this position, and obviously I should go e takes, which is what I do finally. For the record, let me just show the line. If he plays takes here, they like just simply taking back with the knight. Okay. Okay. Is this not winning? Very tactical game. Very, very tactical game. Interesting. And this is still just like very, very equal. Maybe white's slightly better in that line. Interesting. All right. Anyway, we finally land e takes d4. The computer's been rooting for this move for a long time. You know, root for the home team. He takes... Seems like c5 is crying to be played. I do it. I mean, I told him. I thought that in the mid-game, like, I just felt like I just was better. And I'm slightly better. I mean, 0.5 is not amazing. It's not amazing. He has to move back. He moves back to e3. Then do they like my play? They like d5 here. Ugh, d5. It's not what I was thinking about playing. They like my plan too. Actually, it's second best. Bishop c6 is still a good move. Okay. So they like my idea here. It's excellent. b3 is his second best move. Apparently, he can get away with bishop b5. Which is interesting. I wasn't considering that, actually. The two moves are basically equal, but I thought this was only move, but it looks like that move is fine too. If anything, slightly better. All right, so he plays here. Taking is good. Best move though is d5, and I'm gonna be honest, I was not. My mind was not on d5 at all. I thought that I didn't want to weaken the c5 pawn, but I guess it's not that bad. And they do like this knight b6. I thought I didn't want to give him an out. Instead, I thought after all that... I'm actually really curious. Remember I was calculating the queen b7. Was that any good? Because that was the other main move I was considering here. It's okay, but it's an inaccuracy. Because now you can play knight c4, which kind of probably would have happened. Just kind of clamming down in there. Everything else is still probably pretty good for me. But all right. Instead, I just take, because I thought that this damaged his pawn structure and that this was worth the cost of the bishop pair. Oh, they like my move. Sort of. fd8 is up there. The only move to maintain the advantage is immediately playing knight b6. I saw this, but I thought, honestly, he was just landing bishop b5. Oh, because now I just go a6 and I eject it. God damn it. Wait, does this work? I thought he could just take this pawn. Ooh, big threat. That's the c3 fork is something I'm always seeing, and that is the big threat here. So if he moves something like this, I'm going to go c3 anyway, and he has to move to, like, I don't know, c3 to watch this this piece, and it's kind of stuck for the most part. Oh, only kind of. I guess I'm going to win this pawn. So this is actually very, very good for me. I saw versions of that line, but not fully. Otherwise, I would have played it, of course. fe8, they like more than fd8. I kind of fixed the situation when I moved it back, but the damage had been done. Getting the rooks right, although it's not like it's bad, but getting the rooks right is important. So all right, play this in the middle. 1 second, buddy. You can't pull apart my speakers. Come on. One cat's walking through my computer stuff. Hello, buddy. All right. Hopefully this didn't knock off my speakers. I'll have to test this later. But all right. So FD8 is a mistake. I thought it made sense. Just getting, I knew I had this move, but I thought I could take my sweet ass time. I really couldn't. So I kind of passed him back the lead. Move 16. Knight C4 was played. It's his best move. And now I go for the line, but it's not as good. I needed to beat him to the spot, actually. They like knight e5 better, going this way, and then we just trade over there. So I play knight b6, and I'm worse now. Fuck. He needs to go bishop f4. Huh. I didn't see that. a5. No, because I thought I'd just trade. All right, well, anyway. Him forcing me to trade is better for me. And you know what? The computer does like a takes rather than queen takes. They don't care about my idea of the a6. So I made a mistake here as well. Yeah, again, I did it for all those reasons. I thought, but maybe this is, maybe even after, I take and he plays bishop, well, I guess apparently it's not even that good. Bishop b5. Why? Oh, now I can take on e4, of course. Maybe not immediately, but let's say he plays here first, f3. Because now I have... Oh, because now I'm crashing down. Oh! How do I not see this? This pawn is hanging, because if he blocks this... So one of these pawns is going to fall if I just take... Oh. Alright, I needed to go pawn takes, because I see this so obvious when you see it on a computer. It's so obvious. Obviously, this is worse. I get it now. He goes bishop g5. It's the best move. He's playing well now. I play h6. They don't mind this. It's good. Also, I should have... I said this a million times. I should have just gone... They even like queen c7. Didn't see that move. h6 is okay. Is this move not okay? No, this move is still fine too. Knight d5 is the best move. Shit. So that's the move I want to play. Knight d5 is the best move in this position. h6 is fine. They're very, very equal. But I wanted to play the flashy move, but I didn't play it because it was flashy, to be honest. Like, I was like, yeah, knight d5 it needs to be played here. And I saw the move, I just didn't do it. And this actually makes my position a little bit worse, h6, because now he can retreat, which is what he does. Good move. And yeah, when he plays bishop h4, I was torn again between all these moves. I think I chose wrong. Knight the knight d5 is less good here. In fact, it doesn't work. Okay, so this line that I calculated, it doesn't work for a reason. Why? Calculated all this. Check. Oh, right, because I just win the pawn. It's a very important pawn. Well, I didn't go into that, and that is, in fact, just losing. All right. Instead, I go play g5, which is also quite bad. Quite bad, in fact. So I make a couple of bad moves here. My best move is to chill out and just play a5. I wondered if I needed to lock that up. ab8 makes some sense. I'm going to fully admit I don't understand that move. a6, don't fully get that move. Queen c7. So they say I should just chill the fuck out, bro. What were my candidate moves here? The knight out here doesn't work any longer. Pushing. Wait, I think I did say queen c7, right? I think that was something that I was saying. Like the queen c7 was the other move I looked at here, right? I hope so. Or no, I was looking at queen a5, not queen c7. And that's just a bad move. Because it doesn't do anything. Because now he is slamming the door with f4. Alright. He plays bishop g3, of course. And here, apparently, I need to play d5. But I'm just much worse now. So I messed this game up. I big time messed it up. So it looks like, I mean, when my position got really bad, I didn't quite understand the gravity of how bad it was when it happened, I guess. I still thought I was doing okay here. Well, no, at this point I was feeling like I kind of messed it up, actually. I played bishop g3 here. No, he played bishop g3. I played bishop f8, which is one of the better, second best move. Again, with the reroute plan, I thought this was okay. I mean, he's just hammering me. First off, he plays king h1, which maybe was unnecessary. It looked good. It looked like a nice prophylactic move. But they like queen f3 immediately. And already I'm just in trouble. I thought, though, I would play here, and I thought this was okay for me. fe1. They're saying he just takes control of the game with rook fe1. Alright, well, anyway, when he plays h1, I now realize I do rectify a mistake, but I do get my rook back to e8, and I realize my mistake. And they're saying something like queen b7 or so, just to like get my queen back in the game. My queen was 2 offsides here, but I am just worse here. So rook e8. I thought I had some tactics, some ideas. The problem is now he plays the best move. He plays queen f3, and I realized, okay. Hey guys, would you look at that? Best move is king g7, and I tanked for a long time. I did find the best move, but I was like, I was worried as fuck. So I do actually play the best move here, but yeah. Well, on one hand, I'm really glad I played the best move but like I shouldn't have let the game get to this position. Obviously, I made a mistake. It happens. He played e5 here, which is very, very good. h4 is slightly better, just ripping me open. And fe1, just getting the rook centralized is probably slightly better too. He plays this, and I do take. I go d takes. Excuse me, yeah, I go d takes, e5. I mean, it looks like when I play takes here, and then he goes bishop a. He's played all the best moves, last 10 moves, by the way. He's just rim rattled and rolled. Plus 1.2 is really painful for me, but it's not lost. I mean, as was the case, like I did get some chances, right? I sacrifice. c4 apparently could be played too. I'm not sure I understand c4. I guess you just give up a pawn, dislodge it for a turn. Oh, no, I don't play it here. They're saying that I should just sacrifice this exchange here. That it's my best move in the position. I mean, I saw this and thought this couldn't be right. They're saying that basically rook takes on e5, and then obviously queen takes on a8. Why? The follow-up is queen e6. And they're saying that here I have some activity as well as some angles, maybe? f4. Crash on in. If he does something silly like takes, what's his threat? Or what's my threat? c4. Oh, and I'm trapping the bishop. I didn't see that, but that makes a lot of sense. So he has to... So that's why he has to play like bishop b5 or something. Wow, in this position, giving up the exchange, white is better, but not winning. I start playing like g4 and I just get an attack going. Well, I didn't see any of this, but that is actually quite amazing. I thought I needed to break this. Again, I don't know what that is called tactics-wise. Moving it from being attacked. How about that one? But everything is pretty bad for me at this point. A c8, it's just really bad. So I guess I'm just lost in this position anyway. Rook a c8. So, all right. I mean, I don't know if I should feel good about that or bad about that. At the board, it felt like I had real chances. Plays queen f5. a5 is just winning. Just dislodging the queen. Why? Because queen c6 is coming. Ooh. What? No, that's my queen. Because the queens have to be forced off. I don't know. Alright, well. Anyway, he plays f5. The only move that avoids mate is sacrificing the exchange, so I do it to keep the game going on. He takes back. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, I missed a huge opportunity. He has to take this rook. Wait, why? Because c4 in this position? I thought I was just... Why? Oh, Rabo Babo. I missed a chance, a trick. Because then I win the piece, and I'm just winning. No. Rabo Babo. I thought that I wanted to get activity either way, but I have a trick here. I needed to look for tricks here. All those other moves are, like, fine. Like, they're not, like, I'm losing either way. But the winning move is c4 here. Wait, hold on. If I played c4, though... Oh, it's because he can't play to e4 because I have the same idea of rook e8. And then I need to see the geometry of c5 going this way. It's the same deal. He can't defend his piece because this square is taken away by my knight. I mean, if I had seen this trick, I would have won the game, obviously. So... there you go. I've been playing pretty well. I thought this game, I kind of fell into it, and I had real chances. Oh, my back is starting to hurt me now. Oh, God. But as soon as I don't play c4, then it's just a total whiff. And I have some activity, but it's obviously not enough. Queen f5. Yeah, I mean, I'm just really, like, lost in this position. I'm just going to see if there were any other tricks that I, like, missed. Because I was really, at this point, trying to dial myself in, just, like, locked on into tricks and tracks and whatnot. He plays bishop c4. I mean, his moves are pretty good, and I hate to say it, slightly obvious, like what he plans on doing. My moves seem a little bit more challenging. I finally play the best move here. Rook e7. They do like this. 29. Rook fe1, his best move. Queen c7, I mean, it's just lost, but queen c7, best move. Trades. Okay. So he should play g1 here or h5. He plays g1. They like queen c7 again? I thought I had to play over and up. Bishop e5, they don't like because rook e1 can be played? I thought this lost the game. Ooh. Because you don't need to take, you can just move over. Oh. He and I both missed this, by the way. And then if I move over, I'm actually getting trapped. Well, he and I both... yeah. Dale and I both missed this. Okay. There you go. As soon as he misses it, I'm just kind of curious if bishop c3 is better. Bishop c3, I mean, everything is... I'm just still lost. It doesn't matter. No, my bishop d4 move was better than bishop c3. It is, in fact, the best move. Okay, cool. Well, that's nice to know. He really should play rook e1. I really was surprised he didn't. Because I thought I'd just have to move back and, like, try to play for these angles. Instead he plays h4. And this is just not a good move. I didn't think it was. I thought I could play g takes, and I did. And I thought that I was genuinely fighting here. Fighting chess. His best move is not queen f4, but a5 still. So he finally is starting to play, like, queen f4 is not bad. And he's still plus 1.7, but it's not over. I need to lock in even more. No, I play the best move. I play queen e4. You know, I don't know what to say. I'm not... I missed that one trick. Maybe I should have found it. But I do play the best move here. We go trade, of course. Knight takes. They like to b5 better. He plays what, to b3 here? Yeah, and in this position, I'm it's only plus 1.2. After playing really well to gobble it back, I go for the pawn. I go greedy. If I play a5 here, just locking everything up, I'm in really good position. Well, not really good. I'm okay. Instead, I take, and this obviously loses the game. Does this lose the game too? Yeah, because then he's able to land, which is what we were saying. What about playing the knight out wide, which is the other thing I was thinking? No, he goes just rook e1. So what did I need to do here to make the game not end? I need to play a5 or f5. Oh. Finally get it here so it's not a target. But then what about when he plays f3? Oh, because the perpetual. Ah, he's stuck in a box here. Look at this, guys. He's stuck in a box. e1, and then I have c3, and his best move is to go back and forth. And obviously, if he ever blocks, I'm actually, like, winning. Wow, so I missed another opportunity there. That's why he can't play this. However, I blunder, and I'm not going to be able to come back from this blunder. They give him a brilliant. Fine. And, yeah, it's too Swiss cheesy. I was saying if this pawn was over here on g5, where I can push 3 pawns, then maybe I'd have a chance. But they're not there, so it's just totally over. And we'll play it out just to see what the analysis says. But it looks like I had chances this game, actually. And this is just over, yeah. I go for the only trick. It's not even a trick. It's probably still just losing, right? Because when I play b3, if he was to take here, no, it's still lost for me. Okay, so there's no way for him to throw this game. All right, well that's the game. I'm gonna save this, of course. Add to game collection. I'm gonna save it to the Boston. Wait, did I not? Did I already save it? Am I losing my mind? Maybe I'm losing my mind. All right, let's just do a game review here. Curious. This is a complicated game. 80.6. So he played a brilliant. He gave me. Yeah, I had the blunder. I didn't play very well this game. Actually, looks like maybe I was just burnt out. It's possible. Maybe I'm just not suited to play like tournaments. Maybe I just need to do like the once a week game. I don't know. I had my chances. This was my weaker game. One of my weaker games in a long time. It was very tactical. It's not like Dale played a perfect game. He gave me a few opportunities. I think at the very end, making it interesting. It would have been nice if I was able to find a few different moves. I was slightly better for this game for a while, but not by much. I just made a pretty big mistake. Though this is what they give me as the blunder. Okay, fine. For the record, again, he has like no time, and I'm pushing him on clock. I don't even have that much time either before the time control. This is but move 38. Yeah, if I'm able to find in this position a5, the game goes on. It's only +1. We were saying afterward in the recap, like when we went over it a little bit, we did say in this position we wondered if it was like kind of even or close to even, and it's close to even. The problem is. And I guess because he can't play this because I have these perpetuals, and I should have been looking for that. When he plays here, it's because I can play f5, and if he ever pushes f3, we were just perpetual. And I want to walk my king in. Maybe not there, because then I would lose the knight with the game. But I have real chances here, real chances. All right, I mean, look, I had been playing outstanding chess. I did not play outstanding chess in this one. Dale played well. I had some good ideas. I was better, and then I kind of blew it. Where was the position where I blew it? I blew it. They like this taking. Take back. This move. I had a feeling in the game that this was too slow. I need to find this move here. Knight b6 to maintain my advantage. And I even had an opportunity, golden opportunity, had I found c4. What a good move. Yeah, because it goes here, he gets stuck. Goes here, he gets stuck. Goes here, he gets taken. Same here. Oh man, c4 is such a good move. And if anything, yeah, if anything, black is better here, slightly. Gotta have an eye for that stuff, I guess. All right. Well, I lost. So because I lost, I am taking a bye. Round 4, I'm going to get 0 points for it. This 100% means I will not win a prize, but after losing, I kind of assumed as much. Looks like the standings have been updated. I'm on 1.5 points. They gave me a U. I hope that means that I'm not unregistered, because I just wanted to buy. That's all. Yeah, so I'm on 1.5 points. Not great. 1.5 looks like Salah won against 50. Who's 50? Against Michael Bernier. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, my rating for the record, coming to the tournament, it says 1563. I drew a guy who's like 1300s. Where's A-Shot? Where is the guy? Where is he? He has had a rough tournament. He played a 93% accuracy against me. He saved his best for me, I guess. Oh no. I played 30. Who's that? Salah. He's on 1.5. And then I played. Where am I? 6. Dale. Who's over here? All right, and he's on 2.5. Well, is what it is. So I'll only have one game tomorrow, and if I win it, I'll probably actually earn some. So basically, right. So I lost to a 1633, and I beat a 1509. So, and I drew a 1300. So I probably am down a little bit of points. If I win my game tomorrow, I'll probably actually end up positive. So that's my goal, is end up positive for the tournament, and then I can be okay with myself. So, all right, this is me signing off. Have a good night. Peace.